Welcome back to another one of my wonderful videos from EternalNoob.com. I'm Gavion, aka Abe, and today I'm here to bring you my review of Neverwinter, the latest Cryptic property to come out of Perfect World International. Now, I've been playing Neverwinter since it officially launched as a free-to-play. I did not play in the beta. I've only got a character up to about level 26. As always, with my reviews, take them with a grain of salt. This is just the opinion of a noob sitting at a desk at home who doesn't sit there and get totally absorbed in games. If you want to know more about my rating scale and my rating criteria, visit my website, eternalnoob.com, and take a look at the article I just posted on there to see how I rate things. I fully explain how I rate things and what my rating scale is. On to the Neverwinter review. Neverwinter is a game produced by Cryptic. Some would say that's an automatic ping against it. I'm not so hasty to say that, although I still remember what you did to City of Heroes. It's also done by Perfect World International. They're known for free-to-play games, and they've done some very good free-to-play games. But they are a company that specializes in it, which means that's where they get their money from. They get their money from getting people to play free-to-play games and then put money into the games. Unfortunately, Perfect World International does have a tendency to be known as a pay-to-win company instead of a free-to-play company. As I think we'll see here, unfortunately this might be the case for Neverwinter, but not in the way that you might think. Going down our rating scale, we're going to start with the noob friendliness of the game. First of all, how noob friendly is Neverwinter? How easy is it to just pick up and play this game for anyone? I'm giving this a score of 7 in the noob friendliness category. With Neverwinter, you can literally just jump in. It has an easy tutorial. It's a mouse-keyboard combination that I think anyone can follow. It's easy and it's fun. You can just jump in and play this game. Yes, there's a lot of stats that later on you can get more absorbed in. There are some, as you level up, there's different, places to put points into, different powers to select. But honestly, I did no research when I made my great weapon fighter, and he's still kicking butt at level 26. So yeah, a noob can jump in and play this and do it. You can also jump in and not spend a dime and still have fun with it. Fun. Remember, I used the word fun. You can have fun with the game. Also, it is noob friendly in the fact that you can jump in to instances, skirmishes, dungeons, PvP. The finder's all there. It's a simple button click and wait for the queue to pop. So 7 on noob friendliness. The cost. Okay, here's where it gets a bit tricky. I put the cost score at a 4 for this game. Now, a 4 for a free-to-play game. That's ridiculous, right? Yeah, not so much. You see, while Neverwinter is free-to-play, it is also trying to make money. In order for Neverwinter to turn a profit, you have to put money into it. So how are they doing that with this game? Well, first of all, there's 3 different monetary systems. The first is your standard gold. This is the drops you get from enemies. When you sell things to a vendor, you get gold back. The second is astral diamonds. Now, this is a very interesting method, currency. This currency you get when you complete the daily quests, daily tasks. You get it when you do foundries and dungeon diving and skirmishes, during special times, which you'll see up in the corner by your minimap. It'll tell you, hey, you get a bonus if you do skirmishes right now. It's also the currency used on the player-driven auction house. Whenever you auction an item or sell an item, whenever you sell an item or buy an item, you're exchanging astral diamonds as the currency. Also, that's where you buy a lot of your teleportation back to the main area, You've got your scroll of identification, just a bunch of stuff you can get with the Astral Diamonds. But then you have your Zen. Not my wife Zeneca, your Zen. Zen is the purchasable currency in Neverwinter and in many of the other Perfect World International games. Zen is what you use real money for. You can use that to expand character slots. Just basically think anything in a free-to-play game, that's what you can buy for Zen. Now, if it stopped right there and it was just cosmetic, character slots, maybe a mount, and your standard, I know people say this is play-to-win. This isn't the play-to-win part. You can buy experience boosts and like crafting boosts and yeah, I don't like it, but hey, they got to make their money somehow. My problem with this game, with Neverwinter, is the fact that they have in-game a converter for you to be able to sell your Zen into Astral Diamonds. And this is why I think it's a pay-to-win game. You can purchase Zen, take that Zen into game, convert it into Astral Diamonds, and then use those Astral Diamonds to buy epic gear on the auction house. Because of this, and because of that, it's a very small distinction, I know, but it is an important one. Because you can pay for in-game currency that is used between player-to-player interaction, I am giving the cost of this game a 4. The urge factor. Now, for me, the urge factor is how much do I want to get back in there and play? What's the replayability of this game? Am I going to enjoy it a month down the line? Am I going to enjoy it a week down the line? Well, for me, I still enjoy this game. I still have fun playing it. I can log in, play for 20 minutes, queue for a skirmish, or play through a foundry mission. It's fun. But it's not something that I feel like I have to do every day. It's not addicting, but it's fun. Because of that, I'm giving the urge factor a 6. Combat system. Again, I'm giving this a 6. MMOs do have a difficult time with combat systems. Most of the time, it's click on an enemy, click on a button. Click on an enemy, click on a button. Click on an enemy, roll your face around the keyboard. Not really with Neverwinter, because you do have your different buttons. You do have to actually aim at your targets. But most importantly, for me at least, most of your basic attacks are done with either the left or right mouse buttons. So, for example, with my Great Weapon Fighter, my mouse button is held down half the time, and that's all I use. I don't know if it's a fact of how I built him, point-wise, if it's just an artifact of, hey, you're playing a melee guy, so you're mainly using your melee skills where you just hold a button down, or, I don't know, maybe I'm just lazy. But I can rush up to a group of enemies, I hit the R button, which I have as my little heroic leap into the group, and then I just hold a button down until my little meter on the side rises, hit tab for unstoppable, but still, I'm just holding one button down the entire time. That's not to say that it doesn't get fun and hectic when you get more people in the group and when you're doing dungeons and whatnot, but most of the time you're going to be doing everyday questing. It's not the best, it's not the worst. I've seen a lot worse systems. It's not fun, but really, what is nowadays? I'm giving it a 6. Now finally, solo ability. If I were to just jump in and not want to interact with a single other person except for treat them like NPCs in a group, if I want to just jump in, do almost everything I could, just me, and treat all the rest of the world like it's just computer-generated characters, you can do that in Neverwinter. With the instance button, the skirmish buttons, the dungeon dives, the foundry especially, you can have your very own life in Neverwinter. You never have to know anyone else. And really, if you're not worried about getting out there into the population and all that, you don't need anyone ever in Neverwinter. Granted, you're playing an MMO. You should be playing with other people. If you're not wanting to play with other people, why are you playing in an MMO? But if that's your thing, or if, like me, it's just a lot of the times you don't have time to start a group because you know you're only going to have 20 or 30 minutes at a time to play. If you're playing more casually, Neverwinter's a great game for that. It gets a 9 in solo ability. So overall, what do these scores mean? You have noob friendly at a 7, you have the cost at a 4, the urge factor at a 6, combat system at a 6, solo ability at a 9. This comes out to an overall average score, the eternal noob scale, at 6.4, which is a big meh. It's a good game, it's fun to play. If you've got nothing better to do and you're bored, pick it up, try it. Keep it on your computer as something to do, because you know what? It's always fun to just jump into a game and start hacking and slashing at people. But if you got something better you want to do, or if you're actually actively wanting to go out and, yeah, I want to succeed at something, I would skip Neverwinter. Keep it as a fun game, because that's what games should be. Fun, relaxing, and great to play while you're having a drink. Kids, if you're under the age of 21, don't drink. Okay, this has been Gavion with my review of Neverwinter, and I hope to see you next time. Visit the website, eternalnoob.com, or see me on Twitter, eternalnoob.